Hello, and welcome to the Windy City Film Room. This is the first ever episode of Whiteboard Wednesday.
Today's topic is defensive fronts. So what's our agenda for today? We're going to start with defensive alignment and techniques because that's the fundamental skills needed to understand all these different fronts. And then we'll move into 5 different fronts today: an over, an under, bear front, stack or base, and an okie. Now you may use different terminology, and that this can vary across different teams, but this is what we're calling them today. All right, to start with the techniques. So we're using numbers, and it's going based off of where the defensive lineman is aligned compared to the offensive lineman. So starting head up on the center, this is going to be a 0 technique. Head up on the guard would be a 2. Head up on the tackle is a 4, and head up on a tight end is a 6. Now to go on our shade. So shaded on the center would be a 1 technique. Inside shade of the guard is a 2i. Outside shade of the guard is a 3 technique. Inside shade of the tackle is a 4i. Outside shade of the tackle where this end is lined up is a 5 technique. And then it gets weird because football. So we'll go 7 technique. It's no 6i, it's a 7 technique inside shade of the tight end, which is a y. And then a 9 technique is generally anything outside of the tight end. All right, let's dive into our first front. It is an over front. It's a 1-3-5, so those are the techniques. So in an over front, the nose tackle is going to go to the weak side, and the defensive tackle is going to go to the strong side. The nose tackle will be in a 1 technique weak, and the defensive tackle, is going to be a 3 technique strong, so that's the outside shade of the guard. Both our ends are in 5 techniques. In most of these, the ends can move depending on offensive formations if they have a tight end, so sometimes the ends will bump out to more of a 7 or wider if need be, but that's more of a game plan based thing. In this setup, we're just going to show them both in 5 techniques. All right, moving on to the underfront. It's a 3-1-5, so very similar to the over, except the nose tackle and the defensive tackle are going to flip. So the nose is going strong side now in a 1 technique, and the defensive tackle will be in a 3 technique weak. So same techniques, they're just flipping the strength. Ends are always in the 5s in these. The reason you would run these different fronts is like if offenses like to run inside zone, either strong or weak, you would like to have a defensive tackle oftentimes in a 3 technique to take that away. So it depends on offensive philosophies, what that game plan is for the week oftentimes, for what kind of front you want to be running, and this is oftentimes defenses will run multiple of these fronts throughout games and throughout seasons. So it's very game plan based, but it just gives them more versatility. Next is the bear front 3-0-3. So you can do this with linebackers. Right now I have it drawn up with 5 defensive linemen in the game. This is used heavily in short yardage situations, so 3 yards or less. And it's because, as you'll notice, all these offensive linemen are covered up by a defensive lineman, and it limits double teams. So the nose head up on the center in a 0. Both your defensive tackles are in 3 techniques, and the ends are in 5s. And once again, this end is a little wider in a 7 because he has a tight end. But that can really depend. So, like I said, this is very good in short yardage. Doesn't let these offensive linemen get double teams and move up to your linebackers, and you really want your linebackers to be free in short yardage situations because you have to be making those quick stops, and you can't be allowing the offense to get gaps going down the field or you'll be in trouble. So this is a good defense. Get your bigger guys in, take up some space, eat up blocks, free up your linebackers. All right, next is a stack or a base front. These next 2 fronts are very similar. So here, it's a 4-0-4, so that's a nose. head up on the center, and then your ends are going to be head up on the tackles in fours. Sometimes they can be in four eyes. A lot of times you'll see blitzing linebackers in sets like this, as well as our next front, Oki 5-0-5, so just moving the ends out more. See this a lot in heavy passing situations. Once again, allows you to run stunts with your linebackers, get a little faster in the secondary. You can quarterback spy more easily out of this with off-the-ball linebackers as opposed to slower defensive linemen. So it just gives you more versatility in terms of the coverages you can run, quarterback spy situations, and it helps with stunts as well. Those are our defensive fronts for the day. Quick lesson on those, quick introduction, and then let me know what you want to see a breakdown on next. That was Whiteboard Wednesday.